Is 8:01 on a Thursday morning. It is December the 29th. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris, and this is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week. We raise our cups of coffee, and we chat about what's going on in the world of weather. Oh, yeah. Yeah, very needed this morning. Hope you're having a great start to the day. We're in that weird transition where we're between Christmas and New Year's, and nobody knows what day it is. So I'm here to tell you it's Thursday, and it is going to be a lovely day. Top two things we are watching here on Coffee Talk. Warming readings across Central Florida. We'll look at the neighborhood by neighborhood temperatures today and get into exactly what to anticipate in your neighborhood. Plus, rain for New Year's Eve? Oh, say it ain't so. I will not go. I will turn around and be sad and go home. Oh, well. Yeah, we've got some rain in there for New Year's Eve. We'll track the storm system that's moving towards Central Florida. But first, before we get too in-depth in the future, let's just take a moment of zen and enjoy this morning. Here is a live look outside. This is our Winter Park Studios tower cam on that big tower on I-4. We're looking off toward Advent there on the right, kind of Maitland Winter Park there on the left. There's downtown Orlando. Looking absolutely beautiful. A little haze in the air this morning. We have had some fog reported in spots. Interesting that that's not working. Stand by. I'll go to my alternate backup. That's the live temperatures. For whatever reason, the temperatures are not working, so we will switch over to our hourly observation temperatures. I like to use the live ones here because they're live and everybody likes live, but for whatever reason that's not working. So okay, we'll use the other one if I could find it. Hold on a second. There it is. Nope, that feels like. There it is. All right, actual temperatures. I wonder why the 5 minutes not working. All right, at any rate, it's 55 degrees in Orlando right now, 50 degrees in Leesburg, 52 in the Villages. We're at 48 in Wildwood, 51 degrees in Daytona Beach, and 60 in Melbourne. So it is a very nice start to the day. Looking at the visibilities, though, and still a little bit of fog up in our northern spots around Ocala, up to Gainesville, Palatka, communities up north of Central Florida. Yeah. A little bit of fog to deal with there. But what we are not dealing with is any kind of rainfall, at least over top of us yet. But I do want to take you over here to Volusia County. Let's zoom in on our first warning live Doppler radar. You can see that live scan going through. We'll wait for you to finish. Okay. All right, now let's loop this. There are some showers that are moving in. And frankly, this was, if you were watching the afternoon coffee talk yesterday, this is what Cam and I were discussing. Should we add a couple of shower mentions to the forecast for today? The answer we came up with was yes, a 10% mention. And there's the reason why. Those showers popping on up. So good stuff. I love it when a forecast comes together. All right, so for today, we're going to keep that 10% mention of showers. And they're mainly in the afternoon, but do look for a few coastal showers the first part of the day today. Temperature-wise, 69 at 11 o'clock. Will be to about 74 1 p.m. and 78 degrees, our high temperature on the day today, at least in the metro. Well above average temperatures today. 78 in Orlando. Average high is 72. So, yeah. Keeping it above average. 69 for us in Palm Coast, 74 degrees in Daytona Beach, 76 in Titusville, and 77 degrees in Palm Bay. So lovely, lovely day. Lovely day indeed. All right, before we move on, let's just check in and say hello to everybody. Jeannie says coffee is still brewing. Very good. Muy buenos dias. It's a beautiful day. Beverly, good morning. Good morning to you. Buenos dias. Muy bien with this thing, let me tell you. Rosebud, Beverly, good morning. Kenneth, good morning to you, sir. Yolanda, good morning. Ted is reporting 52 degrees in DeLand. Sir, I will take that. Nikki, Judy, good morning, good morning. Patrick over on YouTube, good morning to you. Good morning, Carrie. Hope you're doing great this morning. Everybody looks like they're having a great start to the day. Yeah, Jan says it is gorgeous outside this morning. It really is. I can confirm. You don't need a meteorological background for that. Today, of course, being Thursday, There's a bowl game, Cheez-It Bowl. It is the battle of the meteorology schools. I didn't go to either of these. Kellyanne didn't go to either. As a matter of fact, nobody on the Wesh Weather team went to any of these meteorology schools. My mentor went to OU. Stuart Moore went to Florida State, although he didn't obviously go to meteorology school. But at any rate, two big meteorology programs, and I would guess almost every Central Floridian has a tie to Florida State, even if it's you dislike them because you're a Florida Gator. Forecast for the bowl game does look excellent today if you're heading out to the Cheez-It Bowl. Tailgating this afternoon, fantastic. Kickoff this afternoon, fantastic. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weather for that game today. Paul says 72 in West Palm. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Temperatures across the state, you mentioned that. Temperatures across the state looking great as well. It's 73 in Miami, 52, a little cooler up that way in Jacksonville, and 56 up in Panama City Beach. So, yeah. Melanie, good morning. You never reached out, Melanie. I want you to come into the station. I want to show off. I want to show off to you. Melanie taught me Chiron like 100 years ago. Which I'm not saying that to date Melanie per se, but to just date the fact that it's been a long time since I've gotten into television at this point. Oh well. All right, so lovely, lovely weather for us. That much we can confirm. But let's look at the wider perspective, okay? Forecast for us today includes a nice mild air mass coming in off of the ocean, but look out to the wider perspective. First off, warmer air will start to move in for tomorrow and for Saturday, but we're also watching that developing storm system there in the Gulf of Mexico. That is going to be moving our direction, so stand by. So, as I was saying, the rain chances, my friends, are going to start to go up. Today, a couple of showers. For tomorrow, a couple of showers. But Saturday, I wish I had better news. I do, but I don't. We're going to look at some rainfall in the forecast for New Year's Eve. So, as you make your outdoor plans, let me just tell you right off the bat, the storm system is coming in around the time you're probably going to want to be outside enjoying. Yeah, sorry. All right, here's our New Year's Eve forecast as it stands right now. A few showers around through sunset and continuing right through 2023. Dagnabbit. Annie, I didn't, and I was so busy I didn't even get a chance to check my messages. So if you sent me a message yesterday, I didn't see it. I will see it today, and we'll take care of it. Melanie says, best student ever, and I will take you up on a visit in 23. Thank you, my dear, for both. I very much look forward to showing you around. And I wouldn't say the best student, but I would just say perhaps the nerdiest student. I don't know. I appreciate it, though. 2023 coming in wet, Rosebud, over on YouTube. You're right. Unfortunately, it does look like we've got showers in the forecast. So let's do this. I think now we are in the ballpark of Futurecasts shorter range modeling. Are we? Yep, we are. Okay, great. All right, let's look at Saturday. I usually don't skip right ahead to the weekend, but because it's not only a weekend, but a holiday weekend, let's check in. All right, Futurecast. Here we are. This is 9 o'clock in the morning, okay? Already watching rains coming in. There's lunchtime, rains coming in, but watch how into the afternoon we're really moistening things up. That's 4 p.m. on Saturday, New Year's Eve. Showers, maybe even a few thunder showers, okay? Don't love that. 6, 7 o'clock, plenty of rain. 8, 9 o'clock, rain around. Now, at least according to our Futurecast model, let me just this right there is 11:53 p.m. I know it says 11:30, but it's rounding. That's 11:53 p.m. For now, Futurecast is hinting that there will only be a few showers around to welcome in the new year. Of course, those few showers are going to be with my friends in Brevard County, southern Osceola, southern Polk, kind of those areas. But at least for now, this is the first, Futurecast is showing wet night, but late night clearing. That would be very welcome. That would be very welcome. And then into Sunday, that Futurecast doesn't go out that far. Yeah. So we're right at the very end of our Futurecast model. All right. So at least for that, things are looking a little bit better. Yeah. I beg your pardon, you never promised a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's got to be a little rain sometime. I'm singing. There you go, Gene. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else's lips chapped beyond, yeah. Bruce says, there goes the fire pit party on Saturday. Well, listen, if you it may be that the early evening is wet, but like Bruce, by 11 o'clock, maybe you could get your fire pit party started in the hour before New Year, right? Maybe just before. Just before. I don't know. Just before. Debbie, Coffee Talk drive-through. We're going to get that started in January. Yeah, I will get that taken care of in January. Yeah. All right. Coffee finally in hand, Annie says. I can support that very much. All right. So that's the Futurecast model. Let's do this, though. Let's compare the global models and see what they're saying. All right. So here's the American and GFS, and both models are wet, right? Here's Saturday morning. You've got that front, all that moisture. 7 p.m. wet. Notice 10:30, 11 o'clock. What's interesting is that the European continues to go drier and drier. There's midnight. The European continues to go drier, whereas the GFS has just a wider swath of rain around. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I will tell you, though, that the overall idea here is that for our forecast, it is going to be at times wet. All right, a few showers around. We'll have to zero in and see how that all plays out. What are the chances of the boundary becoming stationary and thus keeping the moisture north of us? That's possible, Gary. It's also possible that the boundary becomes stationary right over top of us and brings us just showers and rain around. Yeah. My brother Frank says, I think you should have Dad as the first guest on the drive-thru. I would be all for it. I would add, though, that even when Dad was at his healthier state a year ago, he didn't want to be on the drive-thru then. So I don't want to push the guy. Listen, even if it's public speaking on the most minor scale, for Coffee Talk, when we're not tracking a hurricane, Coffee Talk is a relatively intimate group, and I love it. But listen, for many people, did you know that people's fear of public speaking came in number 1? Number 2 fear was death. There are people that would rather die than speak in public. And even though we're only talking to, a relatively small group of people, I get it. Rosebud, I'd like to see your brother on the drive-thru. Frank, didn't we do a drive-thru? I feel like we did forever ago. Terry's asking, any serious storms with gusty winds and lightning? It's a little early to tell on that. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything that bad. For now, we're just kind of looking at showers and thunder showers. Nothing too bad for now. That's kind of where we're at. Are you saying, Eric, that we're intimate? Way to make that awkward. Okay, Frank, I'm like, I thought we did. Yeah. So anyway, there's that. There's that. All right, people. So that's kind of where we are settled in the overarching kind of stretch of weather. Now, to take it beyond, okay, to look beyond the 7-day forecast, early January, next couple of days, look at the overall pattern for the United States, right? Temperatures for the west running about average. Temperatures, including us out east, are running well above average. And in terms of rainfall, by the way, may be a little wetter than average across the east and across the west. So maybe a little more of an active pattern looking at the long range stuff. But yeah. So that's kind of where we're at, my friends. On Central Florida's most accurate 7-day forecast, you've got a couple of showers today, a few more showers tomorrow, thunder showers for Saturday. But it kind of looks now like it's an afternoon, early evening event. Things are wanting to clear out for 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock, which would be much, much, much better. Then we could get out and enjoy our New Year's Eve celebrations late, right? And then for 2023, a few quick showers. And then warm weather for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If it was sticking around, that's the kind of weather I would turn my pool heater on for. But I'm cheap, so if I can do it, your dad can do it, Arnett says. Arnett is a friend of my father's as well, yeah. All right. I cuss too much to speak in public. Rosebud, so do I, but here we are. Good morning to you, Carla. Someone else couldn't do it, so I was the backup. Oh, you were the backup, just like on, yeah, sorry. Oh, good gravy. What is Tuesday with the 84? Jeannie's mentioning. Yeah, listen. Florida, if we don't get a cold front, we go back to warm. And the reality is we're not getting any major cold fronts, at least for a minute. Here, let's look at the raw GFS model data. This is raw GFS model data for temperatures. It just, just a peek beyond, right? There you go. That's raw GFS model data. And it does indicate, a little bit of a cool down coming our direction, right? Like 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, in that window, that's where we have really been kind of hanging out with our next decent chill. The models have been hinting at it. Now, I will say that the models have been going back and forth on its strength. But yeah, that's where we're at. In the meantime, we're nice and warm. You can't see it, Annie? Oh, it's too funny. What would be more intimate than a group getting together every day, early morning, and knowing how everyone is doing, Mercy says. That's sort of an intimate friendship, isn't it? It really is. That's kind of what keeps me coming. I love it. I absolutely love it. Can we see fireworks in the parks on New Year's night? If you mean the theme parks, I think all of Disney has a special show. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Por favor. Middleburg, Florida. Chris, that's oddly specific. Nice, mild, couple of quick showers. Yeah. June says, I love Florida. When you get tired of the cold, you get your heat back. Best of both worlds. It's right. Yeah. We don't get cold all that often in Florida, but we do get our chill every now and then. We do get our chill every now and then. Hey, let's check on flights. What a mess that has been the last couple of days. Let's check in and see how Orlando International Airport is doing. Yeah, I kind of figured it would be something like that. So we are currently sitting at 37 canceled flights. Yep. 13 delayed flights. Now, that's just right now. That's the flights that are being worked. So at Orlando International Airport, there have been 118 cancellations today. There have been 41 delays. And if we look at the airlines, most of the cancellations have been Southwest Airlines. The delays actually have been like JetBlue more than anybody. Yeah, JetBlue has had 16 delays today. So it's been a thing. It's been a thing. Yeah. Now, let me just check the FAA airspace system. I haven't checked it yet this morning. All right, so there's no en route things. But I did this story yesterday, and I chatted a little bit about it on Coffee Talk. But I do want to mention to you, a lot of people were asking the last couple of days, like, all right, the Southwest thing is a problem. And we talked a little bit about this on Coffee Talk, but I wanted to mention it again for those of you that may have missed it. So here's the deal. And again, if you watched Coffee Talk, we did it at length yesterday, but we'll do it a little more buttoned up. Say you want to go from New York to Orlando, right? It's not just a matter of flying direct. I mean, you may fly a direct flight, but the actual routing that the airline sets you up on actually follows highways in the sky. It's not a direct path. It would be, you'd fly here, and then you'd fly to this VOR, and then maybe you'd fly to this VOR, and then maybe you'd fly inbound. There's routing, or you'd take here, and you'd come over here, and then you come here. You see, there's these little highways in the sky, if you will. And the problem is, the closer you get, the fewer highways there are coming into Florida. Now, all of these blue lines, those are called jet routes. Those are the highways in the sky coming down to Florida. Of all those routes, believe it or not, there are only 5 of them that are southbound. And so the struggle happens that everybody wants to come to Florida this time of year. Private jets, commercial airliners, they schedule more commercial airliners. And so what ends up happening is the FAA says, this is a bottleneck. It's like the tourist district. And instead of just stopping your car in the middle of the road because of traffic, which makes sense, you can't do that in an airplane. So you have to start delaying flights. And so that's exactly what has been happening. So again, today, JetBlue having some issues as well as Southwest. But look, little by little, it's going to clear itself out as the volume kind of works itself out. This happens, and it's just one of those things. Just one of those things. Every holiday season, my friends, every holiday season, there are some sort of delays. Never fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's never fun. But there are always volume delays coming. And you know where else there's delays, by the way? It's not just coming to Florida. It's going to ski country. It's basically, where do people want to go? That's where there are delays right now. Yeah. So that's that. All right. All right, our next coffee talk meet, Eric Gussis be there. Oh, geez, Louise. Y'all are too funny. When I was on the air, when we were in the Weather Watcher program, Dave would call and ask us the weather live on the air. Yeah. Listen, some TV stations don't even do newscasts. They do radio shows now. Things are always changing. Too many planes in the air. That's it. And you got it. When you get them up, you got to be able to get them down safely. So that's just the way it goes. Kind of interesting stuff. Yeah. That's right, Yukon. The line from the movie. All right. So any questions, comments, concerns? Anybody? Got that rain coming in this weekend. I wish it wasn't. Now, interesting to note that it's ending the year with rain, which then makes me wonder, year to date, we did have, of course, Hurricane Ian dumped mind-blowing amounts of rain on us. So then it makes you wonder, where are we in the rainfall department? For the year, we don't need it, but we came into the year nice and dry. So anyway, you can get the idea. I don't think we're going to get a massive amount of rainfall from this, but let's take a look. All right, let's start with the GFS prognostication. Yeah, not a lot. 1/10 of an inch of rain, something like that. Let's look at the European prognostication. Yeah, 1/2 an inch maybe in some heavier spots. That makes sense. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I like it. Michael, how are you? Good morning. See you, Nancy. I will be going to your house. I will. I'm a Sicilian. I like to swear. Bada bing, bada boom. Melbourne to Daytona Beach are so behind the others. Seems more balanced in rain. It also depends on who had, Yeah, well, think about it. I mean, Daytona Beach got flooded, but yes, you're right. Daytona Beach was also in a significantly deeper hole prior to the hurricane. Yeah. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns, people? All right. So the Coffee Talk drive-thru will start once again in the new year. What is the Coffee Talk drive-thru? For those of you that don't know, that's where we bring somebody in on a Friday and we interview them. We chat. We check in. We see how things are doing. Maybe we could do it like on a Monday. Maybe even a Monday would be good. I don't know. Because I feel like a Friday we're planning for the weekend. I don't know. Friday's good. Friday's worked for us for a couple of years. We could do it again. Yeah. Either way. I like it. All right, people. So there you go. For now, the model data, at least the early data from Futurecast is very promising. Very promising. I would love to get that rain out of here. I will be sleeping as the new year enters because I'm doing the morning show Saturday and the morning show Sunday. But, hey, not too bad. All right, listen. Be the sunshine in someone else's day, would you? Thank you for hanging out for Coffee Talk. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you guys and gals 3:30 today for the Coffee Talk drive-thru, okay? 3:30 today. Are they going to be with you on Zoom for the drive-thru? We use Skype for the drive-thru. Yeah. Skype is the best one for me because it's what I can bring into this digital stream. So, but it's easy to get Skype. But that's the only way I can do it. All right? All right, be the sunshine in someone else's day. I will see you guys and gals later on.